Hello and welcome to our introduction to the NSF-GRFP application preparation virtual series. I'm Dr. Matthew Plooster with Office of Fellowships and Benefits with Dr. Tony Butterfield from the Department of Chemical Engineering. And we're going to take this opportunity to share with you a little background of the NSF-GRFP so you can help determine, is this a good fit for you and how you can prepare for the application series. So Tony, what is the NSF-GRFP?
So it is a fellowship program broadly. Importantly, it's kind of the first significant feather in the cap of somebody who's on the track to become a Ph.D., become a faculty, to take on a faculty position. So it comes with it like $34,000 per year, plus some added money for tuition, and most people are very happy to get it just due to the prestige.
And then there's also a little research money. Here at the University of Utah, we provide each NSF-GRFP with $2,500 for research, whether that's research supplies, travel associated with one's research, etc.
A nice laptop, perhaps?
Perhaps so, yes. So in addition to tuition and such, how important or how prestigious is being an NSF Graduate Fellow as we look further down the road into one's career?
So this is something that pretty much any future employer would recognize as important on your CV. They would see it as that you've been well vetted and that you are definitely on a particular track to be making some impactful contributions to your research area.
Wonderful. So one question we get often for the NSF Fellowship Program is, am I eligible for the program? So it's science, the National Science Foundation, but the areas of study are actually quite broad.
It just has to be a STEM related field. So yes, it can be quite broad. The other thing that people tend to miss is it can be STEM education related. So you could be going into education, like studying engineering education, for example. Other than that, you need to be a US citizen, national permanent resident. There are a variety of requirements. I would recommend anybody interested take a look at the GRFP webpage. But generally people who apply are seniors or their first year graduate students. Second year graduate students can apply also. It used to be that graduate students could apply twice. Now you just get one shot at it as a grad student.
Now, when we say grad student, is this master's, is this PhD, or shall I say doctorate? And if doctorate, is it just PhD?
So it doesn't have to be just PhD, but it is primarily PhD. The funding will last typically through a PhD career, but it won't go past once you terminate your graduate research.
Perfect. So will this fellowship be a good fit for me? So we've determined it has to be STEM or STEM education related. So we meet the eligibility requirements, but how do we know if it's a good fit?
So anybody who is interested in going to grad school, I would recommend that you give the GRFP a shot. If for no other reason, then you'll have a good first draft on your research statement and the statements that you're going to put together for your graduate school applications. This is definitely competitive. It's about a 1 in 6 to 1 in 8 shot of awards given per application, but you got to keep in mind that these are some very strong students. So GPA is usually pretty high. I would still apply even if my GPA was above a 3 something. But just bear in mind that more than GPA is taken into consideration. I've definitely seen students with like a 3.2, 3.3 win this award, and because they're particularly strong in research, they have several publications, or they have particularly strong broader impacts in their resume.
So when a student applies for the fellowship program, they propose to conduct their research at a particular institution. Do they have to complete that research at that institution?
This is a question I get quite often because generally people are very qualified to do the research that they've been doing as an undergraduate, but some of them are sick of that research and they don't want to ever see it again. No, you don't have to do this research. What people reviewing these are looking for is that you are able to come up with a cutting edge research idea that is feasible, and that would make significant impact on the research area. If you are given this award, you can switch research areas without any issue. The other thing that is a huge benefit about winning the GRFP is you're not tied down to any university. Most universities will definitely think of you as a very competitive candidate. I've never seen anybody not get into the school of their choice that has won the GRFP. I've even seen people win the GRFP and be accepted to top tier universities well after the expiration or the due date for their application.
So there are definitely advantages to the GRFP. So when should I apply? When is the ideal time to apply, and what do I need to apply?
So I would be considering my application over the summer. They're all due late October. And depending upon your discipline, the due date is different. So it's throughout the last week of October, but if you are chemistry, you'd be applying at a different time than a mechanical engineer. So definitely look at their website for the particulars. But over the summer, I would be working on my personal statements and my research statement, 3-page personal statement, 2-page research statement, and try to get some rough drafts together. In the fall, we'll be doing writing workshops for these, and hopefully we hone those to the point where you'll feel really good turning them in by mid-October.
So a good strategy is key there in planning ahead for October. That's a wonderful segue into our upcoming series. The graduate school is excited to announce our NSF-GRFP virtual application preparation series, which will kick off on Wednesday, April 21st, with Dr. Butterfield presenting the NSF-GRFP info session, how to get started. And this is going to be an ideal time to understand what is expected of the application and how to use, as you recommended, the summer very judiciously to prepare for that October deadline. Following that, we'll jump into writing personal statements. And as you've mentioned, the broader impact is a very important and very key element to the NSF-GRFP application, as well as then developing your graduate research plan. So this series is set up absolutely for the student, whether a senior or for example, first-year graduate student to apply, but also for faculty mentors to join us and learn more about the program so that they can work in better partnership with their student. And then we'll cap off the series with the NSF-GRFP panel discussion, which will have faculty, some administrators, all who have NSF-GRFP experience, as well as a graduate student who's currently an NSF Fellow. Each of these sessions will be approximately an hour long, and we'll have time for question and answer at the end, and we'll have a current fellow in each session as well to get some peer advice. And students, faculty, graduate advising staff, anyone interested can visit nsf-grfp.utah.edu to register for any of these sessions. And if you have any questions about this series or applying, please reach out to us at the University of Utah Office of Fellowships and benefits at fellowships@graduateschool.utah.edu.